there, this is Datila, and welcome to TNA IMPACT Post Show. As always, I'm joined by Burt Macklin.
How's it going?
It's going good. All right, we got quite a few things to talk about. First, let's talk about Explosion. Let's talk about Ava Everett versus Tasha Steelz. I thought this was a really great showing by Ava Everett. I think she held her own against Tasha Steelz. I definitely would like to see more of Ava Everett in TNA.
It's the same things you thought. Also, I like if they're only going to give us one match, at least they're going to give the match time. Yeah, this was a really good match. It allowed us to see a lot of Ava Everett, especially for me. I've never watched her before, so this was a really good match. And Tasha Steelz is just incredible.
She is, and we got a around the ring segment with Dani Luna. We learned about Dani Luna and her tattoos. As I've always said, I really appreciate these around the ring segments because we get to learn more about wrestlers outside of the ring, as Gia Miller always says.
Yes.
Okay. So I really like the fact that they were hyping up Alex Shelley versus Nic Nemeth as we got multiple video packages. Tonight's Impact opened up with a video package. And then we had Tasha Steelz, Joe Henry, Kevin Knight, Josh Alexander, Speedball Mountain, all talk about the Alex Shelley versus Nic Nemeth. I thought that was great. They really hyped up this match as a generational match. So I really appreciated that.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time TNA did that. And yeah, it really added to it, especially just because what the wrestlers were saying was believable. Just because it is believable, especially when Hannafin later named all their accolades. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I really like this.
Same. Okay, then we had the first match of the night was the Old School's Rules match. It was Mustafa Ali versus Rhino. As we all know, this came about because Mustafa Ali insulted Rhino, called him a rhinoceros. I thought this was a good match. I don't know who Joe Watson is. I know they had said it, but I've never heard of Joe Watson. But I like the fact that Ali, being a heel, grabbed his book, threw it in the trash, and Rhino, took it out of the trash. The crowd was really behind Rhino. Again, they were in the 2300 arena. This is the old ECW arena. So, of course, the crowd would be behind Rhino during this.
Yeah, and Rhino's not only a fan favorite, but he's like a TNA legend. So, yeah, of course he's going to be the face in this match. And, yeah, Mustafa Ali just continues to be great in his TNA run.
Cameron says, I was rooting for Rhinoceros. That's funny. All right. And then we had Jake something at the end come out and attack Ali. I really like the fact that the security guards took one for the team, and but Mustafa Ali was still victorious because Rhino missed that gore and he went through the table. And Jake something, he destroyed the PWI cover, and then Ali attempted to hit him with the belt, and the poor Secret Service guy got power bombed.
Well, that's why they're paid so much money.
That's true. That's very true. I felt bad for them.
And that's their job is to take. They're supposed to take a bullet for the president or whoever they're guarding. So that's their job.
I agree. We had a Hammerstone interview, and once again he was asked about Josh Alexander. You remember Josh Alexander called out Alex Hammerstone. Alex Hammerstone did not come out. Except we got Tracy Williams in a banger of a match between Josh Alexander and Tracy Williams. But one of the things I like about this is I'm still not too familiar with Hammerstone's work, but the couple promos that he's been cutting, I feel like they're great. He's definitely a future world champion, and I'm very curious to see who wins this rivalry between him and Josh Alexander.
Not only did I think that this promo was better, now that I'm thinking about it, I completely agree with you as well. But I was thinking about Moose is our world champion, but he is getting a little older. You know what I mean? He's not going to be there forever. I think Hammerstone could bridge that gap and become the next monster heel world champion. You know what I mean? I think Hammerstone has it. He has all of the makings of a world champion.
He definitely does. Cameron says
the promo was better than last week's.
It was. How dare Jake something destroy the PWI list? It was just the magazine cover. But I feel bad for that camera guy. He got hit with the torture rack.
What a great finisher. Finally, someone brought it back.
I cannot wait to see this. According to Hammerstone, their match will happen at Rebellion. I'm going to be there live at Rebellion. I cannot wait to see that match live.
Hammerstone should, there's so many people I've said are going to be world champion, but Hammerstone should be a champion by next year.
Definitely, I agree. We get the Rascals in-ring promo, and they're basically, I guess you could say, an open challenge to any tag team. And guess who comes out? FBI, or as Little Guido Montero likes to say, TNA FBI. And he introduces Zach Clayton and Ray Jazz as the new FBI. This is the first time I've seen this version of the FBI. So I was really looking forward to see what they can deliver. This led into FBI versus the Rascals. This was a pretty decent match. I definitely would like to see more of TNA FBI in TNA. Especially, we did lose a Motor City Machine Gun, so we could always use more teams. But Myron Reed making a return in this match, spray painting Little Guido. So I wonder if Myron Reed is here to stay. And Myron Reed liked my tweet. I literally just tweeted, Myron Reed is back, ! And he liked it.
A few things about this match. Yes, this was probably my favorite moment of the night. I would sign all 3 members of FBI. I could see this maybe even as like a future trios match, especially if the championship match, if they ever do those belts. And hopefully they do sign Myron Reed. But obviously, as I was happy at watching this match, then I started getting really angry at Hannafan disrespecting Toledo, Ohio. And as you know, I summer there. I have a home there.
I know.
And I looked at some fun facts. Toledo is known for the Museum of Modern Art.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yes. So I think next episode I expect Hannafan to apologize to the city of Toledo, Ohio.
I doubt he is.
He should.
We'll see. But this was great. I'm looking forward to see if this is a one-time showing by TNA FBI, or if we get more of a.
Yeah, definitely. They should be back.
Hopefully they are. All right, we get an interesting vignette with Jonathan Gresham. He says he has to wear a mask to get people to listen to him. Very curious to see where this goes with him. It's been a while since we've seen Jonathan Gresham, so very, very intrigued to see where this goes with him. What did you think of this?
Yeah, I miss Gresham, and I'm talking, and I keep talking about other belts. Gresham should bring back the TNA Grand Championship, because it had a ruling system like judges, but rename it the TNA Pure Championship, similar to the Ring of Honor Championship. He would be the perfect representation of that. Because we need to get more of Jonathan Gresham on TV.
Yeah, we do. I feel like they were trying to do some stuff with Jonathan Gresham, but then he got injured, and he was tag teaming with C-Bomb Mike Bailey. Then that kind of came to a stop, and then it's just like, hopefully this actually leads to like a character or a storyline for Jonathan Gresham.
Yes, he's too good not to be on TV. And yes, like you said, he was injured, but he's back now. Let's get him into something, something meaningful.
Yes. So, a couple of things. We get a Speedball Mountain interview, and the whole gist of this is that, the system interrupts, and Speedball Mountain, basically, I should say, Trent Seven, he vowed to knock out Moose next week, and he picks on Alicia Edwards, saying that she doesn't have gold, which I thought was really cold-blooded of him to mention. But just to add to this segment, later in the night, Masha Slamovich, before she can even cut a promo, she's interrupted by Lish. And Lish offers to be her partner, especially since she's got a rematch for the Knockouts tag titles. And Lish tells her to think about it. So, have I not been saying that this entire time? I swear, maybe somebody from TNA is watching this, because I talked about Khan and PCO having Monsters Ball match, and that's happening. I talked about how Lish needs gold, and the only way she could get gold is by probably going after the Knockouts tag titles. And that's exactly what's happening here. Like, somebody in TNA is watching our post show. It's like, I've mentioned this before, haven't
I? Have they paid you yet?
They have not paid me.
I think maybe your check's just been lost in the mail. You need to call and maybe they'll reissue one.
Alicia has a plan. Yeah, she does. Like, I swear, I said she needs gold, and she can't go after the knockouts title, world title. She should go after the knockouts tag titles, and she is. Oh my god, someone's listening to this.
And she should win them.
She definitely should. She and Masha, an unlikely pairing, an interesting pairing, but I would be happy if she wins because she'll be bringing gold to the system.
Yes.
All right, we get Chris Bay versus Frankie Kazarian, and I thought this was a really great match. Frankie Kazarian taking a page out of the late Eddie Guerrero's book and playing possum. Like, he was the one that wrapped the chain around his fist, but he played possum and got Ace Austin ejected from this match, and then he beat Chris Bay with the fade to black. So now Frankie Kazarian has a pinfall victory and a submission victory over ABC. Your thoughts on this?
Yeah. Frankie Kazarian continues to work, keep improving and working even better as a heel each week. And yeah, this, like, from him telling Jade to announce him as the king of TNA, this was just, yeah, I really like this. And the finish, obviously, like you said, taking a page out of Eddie Guerrero's book. Yeah, I really like this. And obviously, I think he's on a path to win with the World Championship.
They definitely should bring back King of the Mountain.
Yeah, that would be really good.
But he's definitely, I'm digging this heel Frankie Kazarian. And if you're not digging heel Frankie Kazarian, you have permission to hate him.
I like that. They should bring back King of the Mountain as a yearly thing, because growing up, I always like King of the Ring in WWE, and you know what I mean? And I think everyone remembers how great King Booker was. Yeah. So I always like someone walking around with, a robe and a crown.
We get talking about a monster spot match. It's interesting that this match has not been made official. I thought it would be made official for Rebellion, but we still have 16 days to go, so it might be made official soon.
Yeah, because we need the graphic of them getting locked up with no food, right? And no light. It just always adds to it.
Is that legal? Is that legal?
I don't think so. I don't know how TNA gets around it, but they found some sort of loophole, and I'm okay with it.
We get Ash by Elegance versus Xia Brookside. This was a good match. I thought this was a really good match. This is Ash by Elegance's fourth match, and I'm really surprised they moved her into a feud in a storyline very quickly. I was expecting her to continue facing jobbers, but based on the fact that the concierge threw champagne in Xia Brookside's face while the rest was distracted tells me that this feud is not over. So Ash by Elegance won this. So I feel like the second match is coming.
Yeah, and I do like that, because she's had 3, not jobbers, but like enhancement talents, and then now they're moving her into a meaningful feud, and that's pretty much the way that you do it.
Yeah, and she should not be facing jobbers after this. I would understand if she faces one more, because you want Xia Brookside to get that upcomings over her. But you still should not have her face jobbers. If you were going to have her face jobbers after this, she should have stayed facing jobbers until she moved into that storyline with Xia Brooke. But I feel like she's got this storyline. She's done facing jobbers now.
Agreed.
I was a champagne burns like hell. Really? I've never gotten champagne thrown in my face, so I wouldn't know.
Well, and what was the quote? I should have written it down. Ray Walt had a great quote. I think he said Harley Race said it, which I don't know if it's true or not, but he had a great quote, if someone remembers it.
Oh, something about the champagne. I forgot.
Yeah, he said something about, once in a while you got to take some champagne. Or something like Harley Race said it. I'm like, well, then I believe it.
Right?
I think, real quick, Ray Walt and Hannah Fan just continue to be, I think underrated is almost disrespectful, because I think that they're among the best commentary teams in wrestling. So, I don't know, they're just really great.
They are a great commentary team. Tom Hannigan was certainly a breath of fresh air for TNA.
Yes.
I'm really liking them as color commentary.
And Ray Walt's just gotten so good.
Yeah, he has. So we get an ABC segment. This was an interesting segment because once again. There seems to be some dissension between Chris Bay and Ace Austin. What made things even more interesting was that First Class appeared and asked Chris Bay if he's ever flown first class, and Bay said that he has alongside Ace Austin. And I like the fact that they start singing ABC, and Ace is like, "Yeah, you can't sing the alphabet without ABC." So I'm hoping this is not leading to a split, because we already lost with Motor City Machine Guns, and for them to split up ABC, I don't know. I'm gonna feel some type of way, because Chris Bay might make a great fit for First Class, but then I don't know how I would feel about ABC splitting up here.
It would not be smart to split them up for two reasons. One, like you said, the tag team division doesn't need to lose any more teams. But the other reason is why they are future main eventers. There's no rush, because especially now with the main event scene as stacked as it is, I don't see them getting a title shot anytime soon.
With their rematch against the System.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm very curious to see where this is going. Is it going for a split between ABC, a feud between First Class with ABC? I feel like they're kind of stalling for that tag team rematch here.
Mm-hmm. Yes, which is smart.
Definitely. Okay, we got Matt Cardona and Steph DeLancher getting interviewed. They said they're back for 3 reasons: buzz, money, and gold. And I like the fact that Matt Cardona brings up the fact that he's already beaten Jordynne Grace for the gold. Remember, he took the digital media title off of her, and now Steph DeLancher says she's coming for Grace's Knockouts title, and that they're gonna sign the contract next week. So should be an interesting contract signing.
You know, I don't think she's gonna beat Jordynne, but again, this should be a good match. They should definitely book her strong. That way, if she comes back or they sign her, that's the impression people have.
Weddings, contract signings, and celebrations in wrestling never end well. And I have a feeling that contract signing is not going to end well.
I don't think so either. You're right. I don't know the over-under on how many that have went well, but I don't think it's a lot.
Yeah, it's not a lot. And I'm very curious to see how Jordynne Grace and Matt Cardona are going to interact with one another. Like I said, Matt Cardona took digital media title off of her. They had a whole feud. So very interesting to see their interaction next week.
Yes, definitely. Yes. I love seeing Cardona on TV. He's so good.
3 years later, I think Moose was wrong about him. He's not just a glorified mid-carder.
I don't think he ever was, and his other company didn't recognize that either. So,
all right, the main event was the generational match: Alex Shelley versus Nic Nemeth. This was amazing. This was incredible. Like, Alex Shelley was in control for some of this match. Like, he kept targeting Nic Nemeth's left arm.
Yeah, he was a technician in this match. You heard Ray Wallace say he's going to turn it into a wet noodle. He was just wrenching it and then stomping on it. Yeah, he had a clear plan.
I says Cardona should watch his back. Rosemary, don't forget, that's true. He did Rough Rider or Radio Silence Rosemary, so she might also make an appearance at that contract signing too.
That's very true.
This was a pure wrestling clinic. Yes, it was. I would have been happy with whoever won this match. Nic Nemeth obviously won after he hit the danger zone. But damn, this was a match, man. Fucking match.
Yeah, and the finish was great. Alex Shelley went for his finish. Nemeth countered. And yes, this was so good. Again, calling it... calling it a generational match, you could open yourself up for people saying it didn't live up to it, but it did. This was incredible.
And Alex Shelley put Nic Nemeth over, as we all know, on April 1st. The Motor City Machine Guns became free agents. Where they'll go is unknown, but this was Alex Shelley, putting him over on his way out of TNA. I think this is his final match, right? I know that these tapings were their final tapings, but I don't know if they filmed anything for next week.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So if they didn't film anything for next week, then I think that this is it. This was his final match, and what a way to go out, you know?
Yeah.
This was a clinic, like Io said, and he put Alex Shelley over. What more
Yes.
can you ask for?
Exactly.
All right, that was we went to this show quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Bert, where can people find you as we get ready to sign off? You have any final comments?
Yeah, I just want to say people are maybe could think, oh, the Motor City Machine Guns, what's going to be what's going to happen at TNA? Again, I think if you watch this show, you clearly see what's going to happen. Look, we had the debut of FBI, we had Myron Reed, we had Josh Gresham coming back. You know what I mean? I think as always, it's been over 20 years. TNA is going to be fine.
Well said, Bert. I think that sometimes people forget that TNA's been around for as long as it has, and if it didn't sink when Dixie Carter was in charge, it didn't. And they've gone through worse times, and I think that TNA will be okay. The tag team division is fine. Yeah, they lost some Motor City Machine Guns, but they still have a great tag team division. Knockouts tag team division is a different story. We need more Knockouts tag teams. I will keep advocating for that until we get more Knockouts tag teams.
Yes. But again, the TNA machine keeps rolling. They know what they're doing. You know what I mean? They take what the discarded talent people don't want and turn them into stars, and then it's just going to keep on going.
People have to stop sipping on TNA. They really do. They've been putting on bangers. I cannot wait for Rebellion, and I'm not just saying that because I'll be there live, but I'm excited. I cannot wait.
TNA's been great. Like, yes, you said that there were some bad years, but TNA's been great for the last 5 or 6. I think it was Slammiversary. I mean, Bound for Glory 2019 or 2018, but since then they've been just on a roll.
Exactly, I agree. All right, Bert. So where can people find you?
Just on X at Burt Macklin 11.
You guys can follow me on Twitter at Datila_. I cover all things wrestling, Raw, SmackDown, AEW Dynamite, AEW Rampage. Thank you guys all so much for watching and for the continuous support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you can notify whenever we go live or whenever Body Slam goes live. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye.